Are you the son of Clark Rafferty? Yes, but I didn't grow up with him. I remember him from when I was a little kid, but I moved away with my mom when I was very young. We left Pennsylvania, moved back home to Virginia. We lived there with Pete, my stepdad. My dad and I spoke a few times when I found his phone number on a check he sent us in the mail when I was 15. He was happy to hear from me, and now he calls me once a month and came to visit me at college. He tells me about things I don't remember, people like Guy Hudson and Ernie Madsen. My dad and I get along, but we obviously are very close. I used to know the Roottrees, but never the sisters. I was in the office sometimes when I was a kid and definitely met Guy Hudson before he died, but I don't remember. It's hard to know what I actually remember, what I only think I do. For example, I have a photo from when I was 5 in the office with my dad, and Guy was there. Made myself sick by eating chocolate, and some woman who I don't know cleaned my face. I know Ernie had a heart problem because my dad told me on one of our phone calls. I asked him about the poison because I saw it on the Roottree Curse website. He emailed some old stuff, including the proof. Even with the proof, the website didn't take it down. Didn't take it down. You spelled fiance wrong. I'm not good at spelling or writing. I'm good at painting and other art. I'm going to school to learn how to edit movies. I want to make cartoons someday. Lulu is much better at spelling. Uh, okay. Here you go, Chris. I got you your picture. And I got Clark his picture. And I have another picture of Guy Hudson. Not that it matters. That's not Joanna, that's for sure. Oh, jeez. I just don't know. I don't know where to go next. I need to find out more about 5Ps, I think. His mom. But how am I supposed to find out more about his mom? It's not like I can just Google any of these people. Infidelity, infidelity. Look at that picture again. I mean, probably not one of the married ones. Which is only this one. I'm not convinced she's a secretary, but maybe. He seems to like his secretaries. The biggest problem is because I'm trying to drag out these affair babies. I have to find the mothers, basically, which is going to be all but impossible. I can't just Google those people. God. Um. So meaningless. Five Ps. Roottreemania. I guess this is the only one I haven't searched. Not a mom. Go here then. Instead of claiming herself, she claimed she'd slept with Guy Hudson and that her daughter was a Roottree. The accusation came during the height of Roottreemania and began with a brief TV interview. She appeared in the shadows with a disguised voice. News time. Sam Medson publicly supported Anonymom. Anonymom's affair does not appear on your updated tree. Well, that was useless then. But I still can get it. Okay. Anonymous woman appeared on the news after 5Ps in an homage to her the previous because she holds a photo of her daughter. Unlike 5Ps, she wished to remain anonymous, and both photos were obscured. She and another woman were hired at the same time. This is good. It's important. Another woman. The longer he was president, the more excuses he found. When she found out she was pregnant, Guy didn't seem fazed, and they came to an arrangement. He paid her a significant amount of hush money. When Guy died, the money stopped coming in. She assumed things had run their course. She went back to work at the department store and hoped that nobody would ever look too closely how she paid for her house. She told everyone that her daughter's father walked out one day and never came back. She claimed that after seeing the fantastic article in News Time, she realized she was dealing with this happened too. Joanna, their story seemed eerie, and she knew Felix was telling the truth right away. The article presented no tangible evidence of the anonymous woman's time at Roottree. All the cash. News Time, other woman who also remained anonymous. Using details she provided to News Time. So I want the one before this then. I want the one before this though. You either have to work backwards or you have to find the mothers. That's especially impossible over here. Like, jeez. It, hmm? Who's Beth? What if she's lisping? Bess? Rrrd. Bess is in here. Her good little girl. Family man. Uh. By Bess Williams. If there's anything about that. Oh, it's got a picture. Perfect. Love it. Didn't need a new picture, but there it is. There we go. Alright. Alright, and I got 4 done. There are 32 key relatives. And look at that. Oh, miracle, miracle, miracle. Yeah. Friggin' preacher. You think you're so cool? I got you now, son. Oh, somebody's gonna come and give me some more information. Oh, it's Sam.
Has Clark reached out to you? Well, let me give you a short history lesson.
You really don't have to do that.
My life. 3 different people contacted me, claiming that somewhere in their history, they might be Roottrees. First, that young man, the rapper. I ignored that one. He seemed dubious. But then I saw the news.
Womp womp.
I felt terrible. So I began helping the others. Because my doubts with Felix were so misfounded, I ended up putting too much faith in the second person that approached me. I went to the media prematurely. I admit my
Oh,
mistake.
not a mom.
But the third person who contacted me also had a credible case. Before I could help, the company got to them somehow.
Somehow.
The fact that the family silenced them doesn't seem to fill me with hope when it comes to Clark's intentions.
I mean, duh.
But you're making progress based on the leads he gave you. It's really hard for me to get a read on him. I'll let you handle it.
Gee,
I sent
thanks.
you the case I've been working on.
Ah,
some
perfect.
company records I managed to track down.
Perfect. This is exactly what I needed. Some more stuff.
The records are quite dense, but hopefully they're useful. Good luck.
Alright, well, 7 things. Jeez Louise. Alright, let me read this thing first. The best thing going for it, it's only 85 pages long. Womp. Alright, well, let's start with this picture, because pictures, people. People, pictures. Beautiful. This looks like Guy. A woman named Regina Clementine has confessed he thinks he's a Roottree. Stuart is the older boy wearing. The woman in the photo is Mary Beth Clementine, who may have had an affair with Miracle Roottree. But we don't know her not married name. Regina Clementine. No, that's probably it. Looks like a musician. Maybe she's a musician. Let's just stick that in there. Slap that in there. Slap, slap, slap. Could it be Guy? Oh, this one's Guy. Duh. This one could be Guy, but this is Stuart, so maybe not. Or Stuart. Da, da, da. I mean, that's probably not Miracle. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Stewart. Looks like Guy Hudson. Could be Guy Hudson. Who knows? Let's read Regina's email. To Genealogy Genie. That's me. I'm Genealogy Genie. Yay, Salazar. Stuart Clementine. Stuart Clementine. And the Roottree lawyers went after her since then. By the time I received her letter and called her, she told me she couldn't cooperate. Her husband, who is a police officer and never knew his father, told her he thought he might be Roottree, but he's estranged from his family and didn't want to pursue it because he had no proof. She wrote to me behind it. Normally I wouldn't be able to. Stuart's mother was named Mary Beth Clementine, a singer who went on tour to a lot of churches. You can look her up online. She came to Butler County a few times. Regina said that Stewart told her they always seem to spend a lot of time at the Miracle Church. Okay, so this is Stewart. This is probably Stewart then. He's married to Regina Salazar. And he's a police officer. Oh, okay, wow. Thanks for letting me know ahead of time, I suppose. Let's see. Elizabeth Cravensworth. Eli C. Juliet McCullen. Joanna Robertson. Samantha Madsen, John Miller, Elizabeth Faroa, Sam Harmon, Robert Logan, Michael Crane, Jack Keatings. Okay. Also, there's Doris Mays. Well, these are all secretaries. Zach would be retiring and Guy would be taking over. Guy Hudson has replaced Ernie Jr. as special management. Rick Decker was hired. Eli C. is no longer employed. Ernie Jr. is now listed under product management. Christine Faroa was hired. Joanna Robertson is no longer listed amongst the secretaries, but a Joanna Fellows has been added to it. Joanna Fellows and Beth Knox are no longer employed. Christine Faroa is no longer listed, but a Christine Garland has been hired. This is Faroa. But I don't have her picture. John Miller's no longer employed. Gwyneth Madsen was hired. Beth Knox 50-year work anniversary bonus. Zach Morden retirement party. Alright. 1978, Guy Hudson took over. The travel expenses, and Guy began developing the pipe. Okay. Guy Hudson replaces Zachariah Morden. Edward Roottree, Elizabeth Cravensworth, and Lloyd Carpenter are no longer aboard. Raffertons is now listed as office staff. Albert Cross and Fred Cross. Christine Garland is no longer working for Roottree. Beatrice Watts and Corinne Schwartz. Juliet McCullen and Doris Mays are no longer employed. Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing were hired. Thomas Green, Michael Crane, Elizabeth Faroa, and Jack Keatings are no longer employed. Emily Seinfeld and Sam Cattrall were hired. Sam Cattrall. Okay. Robert Logan, William Sams was hired. Interpreter Susan Ford was hired under a special category. That's important. Residential office refurbishment, 5 pieces developed, caviar, $10,000 a month. Oh my god. Christmas tree bash, New Year's Eve ball, Australia, China, France, Brazil. $190,000. Oh my god. Terry O'Connor was hired. Susan Ford has been moved to the office staff. Douglas Rosenberg is no longer employed. Edward no longer. Corinne Schwartz and Beatrice Foster no longer employed. Linda Lewis and Angela Ingram. Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing are no longer employed. Catherine Garrett was hired. William Sims is no longer employed. Emily Seinfeld is no longer employed. Oh, right. There's an achievement for Jerry and Seinfeld. What's the deal with all these root trees? Yeah, because Jerry Seinfeld's so hilarious. Emily Seinfeld is no longer employed, but an Emily Barnes is now listed. One of these is Emily. Probably this one. And what did we say her name was? Seinfeld. Of course. Seinfeld. This is somebody Seinfeld. Is it Jerry Seinfeld? But he's got a picture too. Well, that's weird. Alright. Gwyneth Madsen is no longer employed, but Gwyneth Cattrall is. Susan Ford no longer works in the department. Could be Susan Ford. And her job was not interpreter. Seriously? Travel agent. Nurse, pilot, model, manufacturer, lawyer, interior design, hairdresser. Why is interpreter not on here? Politics, preacher, principal, public speaker, secretary, travel agent. Okay, great. Okay, I'm not entirely quite sure yet then. Strawberry, zigua, the Chinese word for watermelon. Well, that was useful. Okay. Butterscotch, strawberry, butterscotch, caviar. Strawberry, Joie, butterscotch, caviar. Grandorf Dove. Grandorf School for the Deaf, formerly Grandorf Dove, is located about an hour, but serves much of that part of Pennsylvania and nearby Ohio. Grandorf Dove, because Grandorf was the last name of the founder, and Dove is the Danish word for deaf. Founder had issues with government translators, leading to an odd transcription issue. It's renamed to better represent the schools to correct the embarrassing lack of information. The staff is listed on the website. You scroll, and Miss Ford is fluent in 5 languages. Oh, she's a principal now. Is that not 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means one of these is still not right. For the Hudson Wing. Guy Hudson. To surprise her future husband. God dang it. Are they shifted? But they're split up. Susan Ford, principal. At least one of these four is still wrong, apparently.